So I heard a rumor that the airlines, to try to get people flying again, are removing the middle seat.
Look, as a big guy, I love it. Okay? I'm on board with that. I do everything I can to get the aisle seat.
Oh.
Because on the way back from our honeymoon, we went to the Dominican. On the way back, I had the window seat. In the aisle, there was like a 5'5", 120-pound man soaking wet that had all this room to do jumping jacks and shit in his chair. And meanwhile, I'm sitting there like this. And just all I could think about is how I want to just trying to jam more cattle into the truck.
Spirit Airlines?
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, listen, bud, someone's going to lose their mind in this metal tube, especially when it's somebody my size who's sitting in the flipping window. Like, I don't care about what's outside. I really don't. Well, I'm not seeing anything anyways. I'm looking at clouds and sky and open water. Amazing, beautiful view. I don't care. You know what I mean? I'd way rather have room than look out the window. It's not like we're on a helicopter ride. We're in a plane, 30,000 feet. Like, oh, I always seen that in books and I wanted to see what it looked like in real life, and here it is. No, I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's the sky view. Listen, unless you're looking at the Great Wall of China or something where it's like, oh, but then you see it once and you're like, okay, got 13 seconds of it, I'm good.
Yeah. Or you fly by the mountain. You're like, oh, everyone out the right side of the plane there's a mountain. And you're like, that's amazing. There's a mountain.
But if you saw a UFO.
So that's the one time that you're ecstatic that you have the window seat.
Yes.
The rest of the time, I want the aisle seat. After all years of flying, between football and everything, I figured out there's a little latch under there that no one really knows about that you can lift up the armrest. So then I spread out into the aisle, and I'm okay with them bashing.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
So that's not permanent?
No, sir. No, sir. That's a little known secret. There's a little latch under where the arm is. You have your armrest that sits here, and then there's the metal part underneath. There's a little latch there that if you lift that,
then you can do one of these.
Yes, sir.
I was,
get all the way out into the aisle. And then they come by, excuse me, sir, we got the beverage cart. Thank you. No, I'll move it for 5 seconds, and I'm going right back out there in the aisle.
I know, you get the leg room.
Yes, man, 100%.
I'm telling you, like the knee thing, man.
I get asked that constantly when how did you do that? Like, shh. Exactly.
There you go. Tidbit of information, America. Yeah. You can actually move up the aisle seat arm. So now you can little stretch out. You're not, stuck. If you got a bigger hip waist area, can I kind of like fold over?
Trust me, when you start putting 55 football players on one plane,
they figure shit out, don't they?
You figure it out real quick. Otherwise, shit's going to get broken and it's going to get moved. You know what I mean? Like, look, this is either going to move or I'm going to move it.
That brings up, you brought up earlier that, the whole, I don't bring luggage.
No. For what? Look, if I'm going to be somewhere for 2 weeks, I figure that if I bring maximum of 5 to 7 pairs of underwear, I'm safe.
I'd go with like 3. Well, okay, 5 to 7 is very safe, yes.
Right, I'm very safe in that aspect. And everyone's like, well, no, you need to bring one for every... Listen, I'm not going to a third world country anywhere. And
even in the third world country, you could wash it.
There's streams.
There's places to wash it.
There's rivers, right? Wash it just like the locals do. Yep. Right? So I'm not concerned about it. I bring those 5 to 7 pairs. I always go home with clothes that I did not even wear. Now, my wife, on the other hand, she's got 2 suitcases, and I have to carry her third one because you never know. Well, what happens if we do this? And what happens?
As guys, I kind of feel that, listen, just give me 2 pairs of clothes, and I'm good.
Yes.
1 pair to wear every day, and then I switch it out, and I wash the other one, I'm good.
When we go to Washington, and it's cold, I will bring 1 pair of jeans for 10 to 14 days.
Yes.
1 pair, and probably 2 pairs of shorts, and I'm done. And I won't wear one of those pairs, but it's there just in case, so that way...
Just in case.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
No, I agree with you. So we went to Peru with my wife, and she's like, oh, I'm like, no, backpack only. And I got her, we went for 2 weeks, and I had a little, like the little 50-liter military, little skinny one, and between both of us, she had one, I had one. We fit all our stuff in there. And I showed her at that point, look, honey, you don't need all this crap. You literally 3 outfits for 2 weeks. But if it makes
too much sense, you can't do it. You know what I mean?
I am lucky because my wife will come to common sense terms about that kind of stuff. But then again, I went to Paso for 4 days, and I had the biggest suitcase in the world.
Like when I went back we drove for my birthday back up to Humboldt to go see my college, right? Rented an Explorer because my wife's been saying she wants an Explorer. Rented one. Myself, my wife, at the time my daughter was 6 months old. I had no back window.
Oh, because it was just
the
packed.
amount of shit back there.
I know what you mean.
Okay.
I've been there.
And I'm like, we went for I think 5 days. If you do, then guess I'll take you to the store and I'll buy you a pair of clothes. Who cares?
Yes, there are stores.
There's stores.
Credit cards work.
Yeah, I'm not talking about traveling up Everest here. You know what I mean? Like there's stores. They have electricity there.
The women, the overpacking with the multiple shoes, the multiple outfits, and then the guys.
I take one pair of shoes and one pair of sandals. Normally I wear sandals on the airplane, and I have a pair of shoes that's stuck in my bag.
No, listen, simple and light, dude. Simple is key. Simple is key. And even on business trips, right? All you need is the suit, which you can bring in the suit,
right.
and just a pair of clothes that are outside of it.
Yeah.
You can be done very quickly.
I bring a pair of basketball shorts to sleep in.
And then you don't have to pay the $40 luggage fee.
That's what I'm getting at when I say who's really hurting. Like, I don't feel too bad for them when I had to pay 40 or 50 bucks to stick a piece of luggage in there.
Yeah.
And when my wife...
But they used to do it for free all the time.
Yeah, constantly was for free. All of a sudden now, because, we're limited to space. No, gas is going up. And you need a way to cover your means there, and you want to make some more money.
Yeah.
Because ticket prices rose when gas rose, so that theory goes out the window. So you just want to make money.
Yep.
Just say that. I'd feel better about it if you just told me, listen, we're going to bend you over here. And
Spirit Airlines does tell you.
Take it or you don't. What do you want to do?
Yeah, fly or don't fly.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm on the track, so wife pregnant. Honestly, I'm okay if I don't ever have to fly again. If I just drove wherever I needed to go, I'd just take a few extra days out of it.
I don't mind driving. I really don't. I've driven by myself up to 15 hours at a time.
Yes, men can do that. No problem.
Listen, just you go in the back seat. Why don't you take a nap with the baby? I'll get a coffee and I'm gonna drive.
Done.
I'm fine with that. 100% fine with it. Does not bother me. Well, but do you know how much faster we get there if we got in a plane?
Well, see, that's not true, right? For instance,
not like when you go to Vegas.
Perfect example. Los Angeles to Vegas is what, an hour flight?
Yeah, but you have to.
Exactly. Right? So step one, I got to get to the airport. So
an hour and a half early.
Okay, so I got 45 minutes of driving to the airport.
Yep.
Now I'm there an hour and a half early, so now I'm at 2 hours and 15 minutes.
Right, plus your hour flight.
Then I'm at 3 hours and 15 minutes.
Then waiting for your luggage.
Okay, so now you're at 4 hours and 15 minutes.
And then waiting for your rental car.
Oh, and then you're at 5.5 hours, easy.
Which you're already there driving.
Exactly, and you've got your own wheels.
Yep.
You can stop and you've got freedom if you need it. You're not locked. I agree. If it's under an 8 hour.
Oh, drive.
Because you got
anything
at least 5 hours.
Anything over 8 to 10 hours. I understand the flying. If you're going to the East Coast, fly.
Yes, unless you want to take a whole trip and stop.
It's going to take you 3 days to get there.
Yep.
Okay, but outside of that,
it makes more sense. Like for instance, if you want to go from Los Angeles to Tahoe. You drive. I'm a driver.
I don't think I've ever flown to Tahoe, to be honest. I've been there at least a dozen times. I've never once flown there.
We flew there once and then realized it's the same amount of time.
Yeah.
It's literally the same amount of time. So, and even with the kid, I think it's easier to have your kid in the car.
Oh.
Trying to deal with them at an airport. Mommy this, mommy that, daddy this, daddy that.
And you're stuck in a metal tube with them and they can't go anywhere.
Oh, God. And they're screaming and crying, and they got all the kids.
Now you have that kid who's firing up every other kid in the plane.
You ever notice how they put all the kids in the back?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You guys all go in the back.
You know what's really cool? So before we had the kid, apparently they thought we were the party couple. So whenever we got to the back and the waitress would come by, I'm like, oh, here's a beer. Oh, here, you want some of that? We would get free shit all the time.
Yeah.
So, and I think that comes down to, do the waitresses think you're cool and do they like you? Or the stewardesses, right? Stewardesses? Yeah, stewards or stewardesses.
Is it that or is it flight attendant? I always get confused on which one it is.
I guess flight attendants work too, but I would say...
I don't know what the proper name.
Huh.
When in Rome.
America.
Yeah, exactly. I think what they should do is just make the back half of the plane, like in church, when they have all those like bulletproof windows, the soundproof area. Like, just make the back half of the plane.
Well, that actually is a brilliant idea.
Why
don't they have, like,
I have no idea.
Hey, you're a kid, and families, we put you in the back, we shut this thing.
Because if it makes too much sense, you can't do it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Too much sense. Forget about it.